Wagon fans rejoice because for the first time ever, BMW will sell the long roof version of the M5 here in the United States. This is the new 2025 BMW M5 Touring, and it's going toe-to-toe with the likes of the Audi RS6 Avant and Mercedes E63 wagon. I am so excited to bring you an exclusive first drive of this car here in the United States. So without further ado, let's dive in. So let's start with a walk around of the M5 Touring. This is possibly the ultimate way to order this car, exactly how you see it here. We've got Isle of Man green, which is just such a great BMW color, and I love this wagon done up exactly how this one is. So we've got this black kidney grille here, smaller than what you see on things like the 7 Series and the XM, which is probably a good thing. We do have our M5 logo in here, and then there is the nice ring lights around the kidney grille that you can see a little bit better at night. We've got the really deep black chin here with that massive opening leading to the radiator and the intercooler cooling that massive 4.4 liter twin turbo V8 engine. This car is a little bit wider than the outgoing generation. You're looking at 3 inches wider than the previous M5 at the front, about 1.9 inches at the rear. We've got 20-inch wheels here at the front, 21s in the back. This one has kind of this spider web looking pattern. This is actually my favorite of the wheels that are available right now. If I'm being honest, I'm not a big fan of some of the wheels that are offered here. I like silver wheels, and there is not a wheel that is pure silver. You can either get all black or kind of this two-tone, but of the ones that are available, this is going to be my favorite. Of course, we've got some massive brakes behind there. We need that to stop this big, heavy bruiser of a car. You can also get carbon ceramic brakes here on the M5, although this one does not have that package. As I mentioned in the intro to the video, I'm so excited that BMW will finally sell the wagon version of the M5 here. They have made M5 wagons in the past. You could get the E34 as a wagon, and then the E61, which is the V10 car that was also offered as a wagon, but never in the United States. So this is the first time you'll be able to buy it, and I really hope that all of you viewers out there take advantage of BMW's generosity and buy one of these while it's available, and maybe they'll give us more wagons in the future. Now, if you do get the sedan, you get a carbon fiber roof, but all of the wagons are going to have a glass roof. So that is something to be aware of if you are getting the wagon. But just look at how good this car looks from the rear. I think this is the best looking M5. I do like it more than the sedan. We've got our M5 logo down here, our nice quad exhausts down here. And like I said, I think Isle of Man green might be the best color that BMW makes right now. Now it's time to check out the interior of the new M5, where a lot of it is going to be shared with the standard 5 Series, although we do get plenty of M upgrades in here. We've got standard extended merino leather. This is the Kyalami orange here on the bottom, black up here on the top. I almost wish that the color scheme would actually be reversed with black on the bottom and orange on the top, because, you know, the orange is a little bit of a lighter color that will probably show scuffs and things more than the black will. But the seat itself is so comfortable, heated and ventilated, no massage on the M5. We do have the M5 logo illuminated there. These seats are nicely bolstered up here at the top, and they are multifunction, so they have a ton of different adjustments for you to get comfortable. And then in here, as we go ahead and hit our red start button here on the M5, you'll notice that we do have a special version of iDrive where we have the M gauges here in the M colors, which is quite a nice touch here. And then we have our larger screen right here in the middle. This one is actually a little bit smaller. I did mess up just there, but it is a nice size no matter what you do. 12.3 inch touchscreen here, 14.9 inch gauge clusters, and then we do have the rotating glass knob here with the M logo in the middle. There are a million different ways to customize this car here. We've got tons of different M hybrid modes. So you've got Dynamic Plus that's going to use the engine. You've got Hybrid that's going to kind of maximize your efficiency. You can drive in all electric driving mode. We'll talk about that as we get it out on the road. And you also have e-control, which is going to put the car into charge mode, where it's going to use the engine to drive the battery and charge that up for you later. We do also have a Bowers & Wilkins surround sound audio system with 18 speakers. And you can get this car with the Sky Lounge panoramic roof. I'll go ahead and open that up for you. This is a really, really nice feature. As I mentioned on the outside, the sedan is going to come with a carbon roof, but you can also get this. The wagon is all going to come with this big, nice piece of glass. Now, it doesn't open, but you do have that uninterrupted space that just looks so nice. We've got our programmable M1 and M2 buttons, so there are quite a lot of different ways to set up this car, from the drive logic to the chassis to the steering to the brakes to the energy recovery. Once you've finally figured that out and you have it all perfect, you can just press and hold the M1 or M2 buttons. You can save it to one of those two profiles, which, trust me, you don't want to be doing this every time you hop in the car. And I got to mention the BMW interactive light bar, which has the M colors, the teal, blue, and red. I just think that looks so cool. It looks even better at night. Now, if you're buying a car like the M5 Touring, you're probably using it to tote around your family. Otherwise, you probably could get something like an M2 or an M3. This back seat is going to feel very roomy. I have plenty of space behind myself. I do have heated seats and my own climate controls down here with USB-Cs. I also have this little slot here with a USB. You can put like a phone holder and some other things on there. And then we do also have the nice executive package here, which is going to get you these nice sunshades. You have this kind of rear one here, and then you have the main one here to block you from the sun as you ride in your very expensive wagon. Now, if you've made the wise decision to buy the M5 Touring, you probably did so because of the extra trunk space that a wagon affords you. And if you just look at the numbers that BMW publishes, you might actually be a little bit disappointed, because the M5 sedan is rated at 16.5 cubic feet of space, whereas this wagon is only rated at 17.7. So you're getting just about a cubic foot more of space here in the trunk. Now, that's actually deceptive, and I asked BMW why the wagon doesn't seem all that much more spacious, because when you just look at it and eyeball it, it's absolutely massive back here. Here's the reason why. The EPA will have BMW measure from about the window down, so they're not counting all the extra space that you're getting from the roof area. So that's why this doesn't appear all that much more practical than the sedan on paper. But trust me, in reality, it really is. When you fold those seats down, you're getting 57.6 cubic feet of space. And in fact, it's really easy to do so. You just get two latches down here that are going to go ahead and fold those seats. Look at how massive that is. Now, these rear seats don't exactly fold flat. They are kind of up on a ramp, but this is still a huge amount of space, a lot more than you're going to get from the M5 sedan. Honestly, why wouldn't you want the wagon in your life? All right, now let's get out behind the wheel of the new M5 Touring. And the big story here is that the M5 is now a hybrid, a plug-in hybrid. So we still have a twin turbocharged 4.4 liter V8 under the hood, but we now have an electric motor along with a 14.8 kilowatt hour battery that's going to enable 25 miles of electric only driving if you charge it up every night on a level 2 charger. Now, right now I am driving in just electric mode, which means we have about 194 horsepower and 207 pound-feet of torque. So I'm not expecting this to feel super rapid in electric mode, but why don't we see what 0 to 60 time we get? As long as you floor it, but do not push the kick down, it should stay in electric mode. Ready? There we go. Pretty quick off the line. There's 30. We're still going. And there's 60. All right, so 9.97 seconds, definitely not as quick as this car can go, but it's nice to know that you can get up to speed pretty easily in this car, even when you're not firing up the engine. But the real reason you buy an M5 is because of the power that you get when combined with the twin turbo V8. So that makes 577 horsepower all on its own, but when you combine that with the electric motor, you're now getting 717 horsepower and a whopping 738 pound-feet of torque, and that is going out to an all-wheel drive system. So now when I put my foot down, oh! That's a little bit quicker than just under 10 seconds to 60. In fact, I feel like we've got to pull over and maybe try and find our own little straightaway here. All right, ready? We're gonna floor it, launch control active, and go. Oh, there we go. Oh my God. So that was 0 to 60 in 3.57 seconds. That is really darn quick, although I do have a feeling that this car could get even quicker. I might try and take out an M5 sedan later in the day because I only have a limited opportunity to drive this touring model, but let me just tell you, that was an incredibly fast launch control, super seamless. You can just feel the electric motor just putting so much juice in. And then I do want to assuage some of the concerns that people had with the M5's weight. This is a big car, but the M5 has been a big car for a while now. So don't come expecting a svelte, lightweight little car like an E39. BMW has just moved so far along from that, and oh my God, you just put the power down so well. I would say that this kind of feels like a middle ground between the RS6 and the E63 in terms of comfort and sharpness. So the E63 is a little bit of a maniacal maniac, both in terms of how well it slides and just how much it beats the crap out of you when you're on the road. It's not a very comfortable car. This right now is in its Sport Plus chassis setting, and honestly, even on this road, this back road, which is definitely not perfect, it still feels really nice. It's not as soft and boring as the Audi RS6, but it's not as crazed and silly as the Mercedes E63, which is kind of exactly what I wanted it to be. We know BMW's 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8 makes a good noise. It pulls so hard. We know BMW typically underrates its engine, so this is probably making more than 717 horsepower, if I'm being honest. And of course, the 8-speed automatic, oh my God, it just rips off the fastest shifts when you're in the Sport Plus mode. Coming to a stop. We do not have the carbon ceramic brakes on these, but even the standard brakes are pretty excellent. Even over train tracks, it rides good. Oh my God, it just pounds you with the shifts in the sportiest setting. The steering, what I've talked to BMW about is why the M5 CS felt so much more special than the regular M5. And what they promised me is that they've baked a little bit of that CS goodness into this car. And from my brief drive of this, I can definitely tell you that there's some truth to that. That the magic of the CS has now trickled its way down to the standard M5. We've just got sharp steering. It's a little bit dead on center, but then once you load it up, it's just got that nice sharpness that I remember the CS having, but with comfortable seats and comfortable suspension in a car that you can actually drive every day. And now, when you're all done with it, you can just click the hybrid button and put it into electric and cruise silently. Nobody needs to know that you have the fast 5 Series. You're just driving normally, silently, and without effort. It's kind of the best of both worlds, and now you can get it as a wagon. Good job, BMW. I'm pretty happy. All right, so that was the 2025 BMW M5 Touring. Now I'm gonna give you pricing for the sedan. It starts at $119,500. That does not include an $1,175 destination fee. The wagon is only a bit more expensive. You'll spend an extra $2,000, so that's $121,500 for the wagon. When you're already spending this much money, what's another $2,000? That really doesn't mean all that much in the grand scheme of things. I think the wagon is going to hold its value better because I'm assuming this is going to be the rarer body style. And like I said, BMW has just never offered one in the United States before. So I think you would be absolutely silly, unless you're just crazy and hate wagons, I think you'd be silly to get the sedan over this one because you basically lose nothing in terms of style and coolness. In fact, you actually gain and you get more practical for just $2,000 more. Let me know in the comments what you think of the new 2025 M5 BMW M5? Do you like the fact that it's a hybrid, or do you prefer things like the Audi RS6 and Mercedes E63 wagon instead? Let me know in the comments, and as always, if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to be alerted of our latest videos. I'll see you next time.